This video contains images that may disturb some viewers.
Gaza's health ministry says more than 80 Palestinians have been killed trying to access food at sites across the war-torn Strip. This marks one of the deadliest days yet, involving residents desperately seeking food. One by one, dozens of injured were taken to under-resourced and overstretched hospitals. The largest death toll was recorded in the north of the territory, where local officials say at least 79 Palestinians were killed. The United Nations World Food Programme says 25 trucks had entered through the Zikim crossing from Israel when it was swarmed by people desperate for aid before gunfire rang out.
I went to Zikim for the first time to get a small amount of bread and flour. We were surprised when tanks started firing and soldiers and quadcopters opened fire, besieging us inside. I was injured in my ear and hand. Young men were killed right in front of me. There were so many injuries.
We were waiting for flour because of hunger. Suddenly the tanks came out, surrounding us. They started shooting at us and we were unable to move. We remained surrounded for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Some escaped, some were killed, and others were injured.
The Israeli military says its soldiers fired warning shots to remove an immediate threat posed to them. It disputes the numbers of dead and injured and has accused Hamas of creating chaos. The United Nations puts the number of Palestinians killed trying to access food in recent weeks at almost 1,000. Humanitarian groups operating in the territory say people are starving.
The situation in Gaza has never been this bad. They are desperately hungry. Children are crying all the time for food. And my team, who are employed, they have money in their bank accounts. They're unable to find food in Gaza to buy. So the situation is absolutely terrible, and people are making impossible choices to risk their lives.
Even the youngest aren't spared in war. Here, a mother holds the body of her 3-month-old baby. His uncle says the boy died from lack of food.
He died due to malnutrition and the unavailability of baby formula. We urge the entire world and anyone with a living consciousness, humanity and dignity to just stand with the children, just to let baby formula get into the Gaza Strip.
There have been multiple blasts in central Gaza after Israel issued further evacuation warnings in an expansion of its military operations. With civilian deaths continuing to climb and after last week's Israeli strike on the only Catholic church in Gaza, the Pope has called for an end to what he calls the barbarity of war.
I appeal to the international community to observe humanitarian law and respect the obligation to protect civilians, as well as the prohibition of collective punishment, of indiscriminate use of force and forced displacement of the population. I call onto our beloved Middle Eastern Christians. I am close to you in your feeling of helplessness in the face of such a dramatic situation. You are in the heart of the Pope and of the whole Church.